head tilt. Now, you may think it's one of the cutest things your dog does, but what if there's more to this adorable trick than meets the eye? In this video, we're going to uncover all the surprising reasons why your furry friend may be tilting their head. So let's dig into it. And thanks to our incredible community, we have some very good boy and girl representation today. Head tilts can be super cute, but they can also be pretty funny sometimes. And it seems like every dog has their own unique take on it. But why do they do it? For example, some dogs may tilt their head to try to get a better look at something that they're interested in, while others may do it to try to get your attention. Some dogs may even tilt their head as part of a game or as a way to bond with you. But regardless of why they do it, one thing is for sure. It's definitely one of the most adorable things that dogs do. That is important to know when a head tilt could be a sign of something more serious, vestibular disease, which can affect a dog's balance and coordination, can be particularly scary to witness. Imagine your usually graceful and elegant dog suddenly stumbling around, unable to walk steadily like they used to. It's not always easy to change a dog's natural instincts or behaviors, especially when it comes to something as ingrained as tilting their head. This involves rewarding the dog for not tilting their head or for exhibiting a different behavior instead. But it's important to go slowly and be patient. And one common misconception is that tilting their head is a sign of submission. We hope you learned something new and surprising about your furry friend. And don't worry, we won't make you wait another 12 minutes for another dose of adorable dog videos. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. While dogs may tilt their head when they're trying to be friendly or seek attention, it's not necessarily a sign of submission. Similarly, the belief that dogs tilt their head to avoid eye contact is another myth. Dogs may look away when they're tired or bored, but tilting their head is usually not a deliberate attempt to avoid eye contact. It's important to be aware of these common myths and misconceptions so that we can better understand our canine companions and provide them with the care and attention they need. Dogs learn at different paces, and it may take some time to find what works best for them. Consistency is key, and it's important to be patient and understanding throughout the process. It's not always easy to change a dog's behavior, but with patience and positive reinforcement, it can be done. Plus, it's important to consider whether stopping them from tilting their head would actually be in their best interest. For example, if they're doing it to try to get your attention or to ask for something, it might be helpful to teach them a different behavior that lets you know what they need. But if they're tilting their head to try to see or hear something, it might not be the best idea to try to stop them. After all, it's a natural instinct that helps them explore their strengths. It's heartbreaking to see them struggle with something they never had before. And on top of that, it can be really hard to figure out what's causing it. Ear infections can also be painful and uncomfortable for dogs, and if left untreated, they can lead to more serious complications. As a responsible pet owner, it is important to take your dog to the vet if you notice any signs of an ear infection, such as a head tilt, excessive scratching, or redness and swelling of the ear. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. By getting treatment as soon as possible, you can help your dog recover faster and prevent any further complications. If your dog suddenly starts tilting their head more than usual, it's important to pay attention. A head tilt could be a sign of an underlying health issue such as vestibular disease, ear infection, or neurological problems. It is important to be aware of these conditions as they can cause a range of symptoms including loss of balance, pawing at the ears, vomiting, and changes in behavior? Well, it turns out there are a bunch of different reasons why your pup might be trying to get a better look at the world around them. Different dog breeds may tilt their heads more than others due to their physical characteristics and behaviors. But don't panic just yet. Most of the time, a head tilt is nothing to worry about. It's just your dog's way of saying, "Hey, I'm curious about this," or "Can you please pay attention to me?" Just like we tilt our heads when we're confused or interested, dogs do the same. So the next time your dog tilts their head, take a closer look at what they're doing. Are they looking at something in particular? Are they trying to get your attention? By understanding why your dog tilts their head, you can build a stronger bond with them and make sure they get the attention they need. For instance, some breeds like the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, Beagles, and Pugs have shorter, flatter faces, which can make it harder for them to see and hear properly. So they may tilt their heads more often to compensate. Other breeds like Border Collies and German Shepherds are known for being super smart and quick learners, and their intelligence may make them more curious about their surroundings, leading to more head tilts as they try to figure things out. And let's not forget about those floppy-eared dogs like Labradors and Golden Retrievers. Their ears might get in the way of their vision, so they might tilt their heads to see around them better. Ultimately, every dog is unique, and their reason for tilting their head could be different. So it's fun to speculate, but it's impossible to say for sure why any particular dog does it. First off, dogs can tilt their heads to show us that they're curious about something. One study published in the journal Animal Behavior showed that dogs tilted their heads more when they were learning something new, suggesting that it's a way for them to process and understand information better. Another study published in Frontiers in Psychology found that dogs were more likely to tilt their heads towards the direction of a sound, indicating that it's a useful adaptation for locating sounds and navigating their. Overall, these studies suggest that the head tilt is an important part of how dogs learn and interact with the world around them. And it is not just a cute trick that they do because they know it makes us happy. Maybe they heard a funny noise or saw a new face. When they tilt their head, they can see us better and get a better sense of our body language. And this is especially important when they puppies because they still learning about the world around them. It's kind of like when you trying to get someone's attention or when you asking them a question. By tilting their head, they're showing us that they want us to pay attention to them or that they confused about something and need us to help them figure it out. Plus, it is a great way for them to show us that they love us and want us to pet them. After all, who can resist that cute puppy dog look? Whatever it is, they want to check it out, or maybe they're just trying to get our attention because they want to play. They know that we love it when they do that cute head tilt, so they do it again and again. But that's not all. Tilting their head can also help them see and hear us better. See the way that our ears work when they're pointing straight up. We can only hear sounds coming from directly in front of us. But when we tilt our heads to the side, we open up our auditory field and can hear sounds from all sorts of angles. And yes, dogs have the same advantage when their ears are perked up. They can hear sounds from above them, but when they tilt their head, they can hear sounds coming from all sorts of angles. And thanks to their amazing sense of smell, tilting their head helps them get a better whiff of what's going on around them too. Tilting their head can also be a way for dogs to communicate with us and other dogs. Now, it is important to remember that every dog is different and they may tilt their head for different reasons at different times. So why do some dogs tilt their heads more than others? Turns out it's not just about being cute. The science of the head tilt is a fascinating topic that has been studied by researchers for years. Dogs can't tell us what's going on in their heads, so it's up to us to pay attention to their body language and behavior to figure out if they need anything. If you notice any of these signs, it's important to take your dog to the vet right away. Neurological problems are also something that should be taken seriously and addressed by a vet as soon as possible. Can you train a dog to stop tilting its head, and should you? Well, the answer is, it depends. That being said, if a dog's head tilting is becoming a nuisance or is causing problems in their daily life, it may be worth trying to address it with positive reinforcement training. It's important to separate the myth from the facts when it comes to dogs. Well, that was a head tilt in 12 minutes.